bought the camera to catch her stealing earrings. 4 mornings later, I watched her kill my father in slow motion, 1 teaspoon at a time. My name is Rachel. I'm a pediatric ICU nurse in Columbus, Ohio. I'm 31 years old. These are the 17 seconds of footage that put my stepmother in prison for 25 years. The bottle, the swirl, the kiss. I almost didn't watch the playback. I almost let him die. My mother died on a Tuesday in April. My father stopped eating dinner. 6 months later, he met Diane at a grief support group at St. Luke's Methodist. She was 43. She brought banana bread. She listened. They married a year later in our backyard. I was polite, not warm. Diane called him sweetheart. She drove him to every doctor appointment. She kissed his forehead every morning after she poured the coffee. The neighbors said he was lucky. The hospice nurse called her a saint. In March, my father called his attorney. He wanted a new will, a 3-way split between Diane and his children. The appointment was May 8th. She was the perfect stepmother. That was the problem. April 12th, Sunday. I drove 90 minutes with cinnamon rolls in the passenger seat. My father was gray under the eyes, slurring his words. Diane said it was the flu. I went upstairs. My mother's emerald earrings had lived in a velvet box on his dresser for 30 years. He'd given them to me in her will. The box was empty. Diane said she was to have moved them. I opened the filing cabinet in the office. I was looking for a receipt. I found a life insurance policy instead. $400,000. Diane added as primary beneficiary 8 months ago. I asked my father if he remembered signing it. He said no. I sat in my car for 20 minutes. I'm a nurse. I read patterns. The earrings, the policy, the flu that wasn't a flu. I thought she was robbing him. I drove to Best Buy.
Day, April 14th, $98. A small white nanny cam shaped like a button. I waited until Diane left for Pilates. I hid it inside the fake potted ivy on the kitchen counter. Lens pointed at the coffee maker. I synced it to my phone. Then I worked 3 night shifts in the PICU. 3 12-hour stretches keeping other people's children alive. I didn't open the app once. I told myself I'd review the footage on Saturday. I told myself she was just a thief. I had no idea what I was actually filming. Saturday, April 18th, 7:42 a.m. I was sitting in my car in the Riverside Methodist parking lot, still in scrubs. I opened the app. Morning 1. Diane in a pink bathrobe. She poured the coffee. She reached behind the decaf canister. A small, unmarked dropper bottle. Clear liquid. She tipped it over the mug. She stirred. 3 times. Clockwise. She kissed his forehead. She called him sweetheart. Morning 2. Same bottle. Same swirl. Same 3 stirs. Same kiss. Morning 3. The same. Morning 4. The same. I had been looking for a thief in the footage. I almost missed the killer. My hands went cold. I'm a nurse. I know what slow looks like. Fatigue, slurred speech, metallic taste, kidney stress. It wasn't the flu. It was never the flu. It was antifreeze. She was poisoning him 1 teaspoon at a time. 8:11 a.m. I switched from playback to live. Diane was in the kitchen. My father at the table. Banded at his feet. She poured. She reached for the canister. She tipped the bottle. 3 clockwise stirs. She slid the mug across the table. He smiled. He said thank you. I screamed in my car. No sound came out. My thumb hovered over my father's name. 1 tap. Stop him. But my medical brain took over. 1 tap and she empties the bottle. Washes the dropper. Walks. No bottle. No case. No trial. No 25 years. I watched my father drink it. I watched him take a second sip. I put the phone down. Then I called Detective Reyes.
Miss Reyes had sat behind me in 10th grade biology, the one cop who didn't tell me I was overreacting. He watched twice. He said, "Arrest warrant." I drove home. I told Diane my father had collapsed, cardiac, probably, stable, unconscious. She cried in the kitchen, beautiful, useful tears. In the ER, I pulled Dr. Park into a supply closet. 2 words, ethylene glycol. She listened to a nurse, not a wife. She ordered the test nobody had ordered in 9 months. Sunday night, 10:47 p.m., 47 milligrams per deciliter. Lethal threshold is 50, 3 away from dead. He woke Monday. We told him everything. He listened. He asked one thing: can I be in the room when you take her? Ray has said yes. Wednesday morning, 9:30 a.m., a search team opened the decaf canister in the pantry. The dropper bottle was exactly where she'd left it. Wednesday, April 22nd, 11:14 a.m., room 412. My brother Ben sat next to me. He hadn't slept in 3 days. My father lay with his eyes closed, pretending. Diane had been at the bedside 90 minutes performing devotion. She told the chaplain he was such a fighter. She kissed his forehead, the same kiss, on a body cam this time. Detective Reyes opened a laptop on the rolling tray. Diane glanced at the screen, her kitchen, her hand, the dropper, the clear liquid, 3 clockwise stirs. The color drained out of her face. Wait, one word. My father opened his eyes. He looked at her. He spoke in the voice she had been engineering into a deathbed whisper for 9 months. You stirred it 3 times. Every morning. 3 times. He turned his head away. Reyes read her rights. The hallway nurse who had told me 4 days earlier that my stepmother was so devoted set down her clipboard and walked out.
55 years. Ohio Reformatory for Women. No parole for 18. Insurance fraud. Forgery. The signature on the beneficiary form was hers, not his. Attempted aggravated murder. Ohio's Slayer statute disinherited her from everything. The May 8th will was signed on May 12th instead. Diane got nothing. Her own son, Caleb, told the local news, I always knew something was wrong with my mother. My father was on dialysis for 3 weeks. He walks banded again now. He cried the first time he could taste his coffee without nausea. I keep the camera in a drawer, like a fire extinguisher that was needed once. The camera I bought for $98 saved my father's life and cost her the rest of hers. The mug on his counter is full of tea now. The steam still rises. The kitchen is just a kitchen again.